Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse reading for Aries. It's at 29 degrees and 50 minutes, which means it's right there at the last degree point, at the last possible place it could be. As the North Node is getting ready to move out of Taurus into Aries, it is the letting us know that this is going to happen. Wow. Okay. You have some. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I'm using the Beyond Lemuria cards. I'm going to read a little bit. I want to encourage you to hang in there with me, because as I get deeper into this reading, the channel starts really picking up and a lot of stuff comes through, and I'm afraid that people aren't going to be able to hang around that long, and I really hope that you do. So you have the solar plexus, personal power, independence, self-discipline, confidence, assertiveness, decision-making, belief, intellectual ideas, expression of will, and bringing ideas into reality. This energy is showing up for you. You're the only sign. You're the last sign I've done that I'm doing in this series, and you're the only one that got this, and I believe that this is totally because you have Saturn in your sign helping you to manifest, to create, to put structure around your dreams and your goals that you want to. And if you are a Pisces rising Aries, this thing that is happening, this North Node moving into Aries, is happening to your second house. Your second house is self-value, self-worth, self-esteem. This is an opportunity to really manifest and create something, and then after the North Node in a year and a half moves through this energy, it's going to slide into your sign, and it's really going to point you in the right direction. And so you have here the full spectrum. This is getting everything in alignment. This is really grounding yourself. Saturn again in your sign. And I know this is supposed to be an eclipse reading, but this is what they're bringing. So you're really grounding yourself in this energy that allows you to manifest, to create, to bring into fruition what it is you want, aligning all your chakras. You have at the top of this, you have the crystal keys. And so really, you have here this very grounding energy, lighting up your solar plexus and downloads and insights. And so see, there is a flow of energy that's coming in both directions. And so a really good practice to use. It's a little difficult at first, but if you will practice it, you will find this is very beneficial for opening and aligning your chakras and really bringing everything in. And so you start with asking Archangel Sandalphon to open up that Earth Star and really allow you to drop that silver cord down from the tip of your spinal column there, that little sit bone there, down. Just sit there and I feel like it's just dropping down into the center of the earth. I always like to anchor it into this. I see this big crystal cavern. I like to anchor it down into that energy, and so really anchor into the knowledge and the wisdom and the gifts of Mother Gaia, right? And really anchor in that energy, and then I breathe in and I visualize the energy coming up and getting into the root chakra, and then I breathe it out, and then I bring it up through the sacral chakra, and then in through the solar plexus and into the heart, and then I anchor it here, and then I ask my higher self to open up the soul star, and then Archangel Metatron to open up the stellar gateway and allow the light to flow through, allow the energies, the downloads. And I do the same thing. I watch as it comes through the crown chakra, through the third eye, through the pineal gland, and back into the causal chakra. But if that's too much, then the third eye, okay, and then down into the throat chakra, and then anchoring into the heart chakra, okay, and then after I've done this, then I breathe in, and I breathe in and I visualize it coming up from the root all the way up, and then I visualize the neck, and then I exhale, right? No passing out, and then I inhale, and I inhale through the stellar gateway, and I watch as it flows down, and then I watch as it creates this cycle of energy. And so it is a breathing and a visualizing thing, but that'll really clear and open you up and put you in this very high, strong manifestation arena of your life, where you can really delve into your solar plexus, which is your sun. It is your sun. It is your central sun. It is your magnetic energy. It is what pulls and draws and attracts you. It is creative energy. It allows you to bring everything in and then put it out into the world. And so it is how you are going to create structure around your dreams, around your goals. And so that is really powerful opportunity for you. You have here with this full spectrum, creating heaven on earth by honoring the perfection of the nature cycles, going beyond the judgment of good and bad, merging of duality, raw nature, earth wisdom, connected to the ancestors, the shadows, as the fertile soil for exponential growth. The way forward is in the whisperings of the land and honoring the full spectrum of life And then you have with it these crystal keys, hidden wisdom, codes, potent information, Lemurians, seeds, crystals, seeing your triggers as gifts. When something triggers you, it's bringing an awareness to something that the triggers, you place them here to help you to remember what it was you were going to work on and what it was you were going to do while you were here. And so there's this need to become very aware of things that are creating drama and the patterns around it so that you can heal it, right? And so it's healing through this awareness of what it is that you want to manifest. And so the solar plexus is your personal power. It's your sense of independence. Saturn in your sign is really about bringing in the independence, the self-discipline, the confidence, the assertiveness, right? This second house of this eclipse, right, in Aries, the North Node being in that area, and whether or not you are a Pisces rising, it's definitely signaling to me that this is something that is going to be really lit up for you, because no matter what, Saturn in your sign, the next sign over would be about the value that he's trying to help you to manifest and create a structure around. And so you have this assertiveness, decision making, intellectual abilities, expression of will, and bringing your ideas into reality. Manifesting your dreams into reality, creating structure around your dreams into reality. This is a very potent salvo. Call it out. It's like the horns are blowing. It is time. It is time. So you have the card of leadership, the visionary, and the strategist. Oh my God, these cards repeatedly. These cards have shown up for so many signs. All right, so this is the visionary, right? What is it that you want to create? Here's the strategy. This is very much about, though, paying attention and maybe being able to maneuver around and change your strategy, but you lead from the heart. You lead from, but this has the sun, so lit up here. It's actually called the sun. It says I lead from the heart, but it is the solar plexus. You are leading from that energy. Others will follow you. But you have to step up and step into your power. This is super important that you really focus on what it is in this grounding energy of strategy, of actually taking action toward your dream, of really figuring out what the next step is. It's not about, okay, you're going to draw and attract opportunities to you. Well, when they get there, what are you going to do? You got to take action, right? If you do nothing, they dissipate, they disappear. And it's really important, because things will, if you got to use it or lose it. And when the universe sends you an opportunity or something, and you make the most of it, it might be something really small. Like I don't know how to give me something here. Okay, so let's just say all right. Well, we're going to use me for an example, because it is something. So I was working at one job, and while I was working there, somebody that was in the building said, "Hey, do you have a cleaning business?" Because I was always like, and I'm like, no, but I did. I mean, like a hot minute I did. And this is a whole new, I moved states and everything. Well, would you come over and clean out the basement? And so I did. And then that translated into working for him, as he is a realtor, and cleaning listings. And so from that one opportunity that seemed really small and insignificant, just a way for me to earn a little extra cash, because I was actually managing where I was working, it grew into a business where at one point I had 2 employees and 33 clients. I don't have that now, because I changed what I wanted to do and I've downsized a lot. But there was it is like that one little opportunity, and what is it that you can do to make the most of it? And what is it that you could do to make the most of it? You have a lot of cards that came out. So let's go. Huge, huge opportunity happening here. Okay. I don't even know what this is. I feel like this is a bonus card. I don't know what this is. Where's the book? I've never seen this card before, so I can't tell if it's the card of the Magician or if it's a bonus card. Holy crap. It is a bonus card. It comes after the world. called the Master. This is your overall energy. Pisces, you're in for the next you are on a journey that the next 3 years are very significant and very shape-shifting for you. And it is an opportunity for you to really, really make a big difference in your own life and lives of those around you. So beyond the mind, there is an awareness that is intrinsic, that is not given to you by the outside, but it is an idea. There is no experiment up to now that has found any center in the brain which corresponds to awareness. The whole work of the meditation is to make you aware of all that is mind and to disidentify yourself from it. The very separation is the greatest revolution that can happen. Now you can do and act only on that which makes you more joyous, fulfills you, gives you contentment, makes your life a work of art, a beauty. This is possible only if the master in you is awake. And so you have an opportunity to awaken the master within. Meditation. If you do not, Pisces, have a meditation practice, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Once your awareness becomes a flame, it burns up the whole of slavery that the mind has created, and there is no blissfulness more precious than the freedom than being the master of one's own destiny. You have an opportunity to release. Okay, so you represent the 12th sign. It is the big letting go. This eclipse energy is a big letting go in order to create new space. It is really Phoenix rising from the ashes kind of energy. It is like letting something go to create space. And as we unwind back to the 0 point of the zodiac over the next year and a half or so, right before it moves into your sign, it's like clearing out the old stuff and writing a new story. But it's going to take you really being willing to open up your knowingness that you are not a victim. You are not a victim. That is a story that has been foisted on you karmically over generations, lifetimes and timelines and stuff. And now we are breaking free from those chains as we're moving toward this Aquarian energy, out of the Pisces victim energy. And I don't mean that you yourself, I'm talking about the whole age of Pisces. I stumbled on something the other day. It was, and I have to stop watching it because I can't, it's like a train wreck. I can't move away from it. But there was a series on Lifetime of these girls that escaped from polygamy here in the United States, and they're helping get other people out. And I'm like, there are people who are enslaved in a belief system. And what did they say? There's like 50,000 of them. And I think, and that's just that. Okay, so there's that, and there's sex trafficking, and there's people that are slaves to their jobs, or they can't get out, they're enslaved to the way of governance and laws have gone. It's not just, it's everywhere, right? That was the age of Pisces, the age of enslavement, of believing this illusion that we cannot manifest for ourselves, and you are leading the way. You're the leader if you hold the vision. And so I want to say morning meditation at sunrise. Make it a habit. Show up for yourself in a very important and empowering way to recognize and listen. You hear things, you see things, you know things. You are deeply aware of things. And yet you've been told when you say these things that you're crazy, you're nuts, and that's not normal. No, what's not normal is that everybody else has shut that stuff down. It's incredibly normal to be able to access all those things. Open up. There's so much here that is being offered to you. And so what are you moving out of? You're moving out of this tower, this energy of what does not serve you. You're like, I think download inside. You're like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm walking away from that. I am walking away from that. This eclipse brings you this Page of Pentacles, this opportunity to go on a new adventure. That's what's coming in with this energy. And it's stepping into the light. And notice how it's kind of rainbowy. You don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm. And so now it's time for you to step into light. And not only that, it feels like into Technicolor. Sort of like when, oh gosh, if you ever saw The Wizard of Oz, and it starts out in black and white, and then when Dorothy lands in the land of Oz and she opens up the door, everything's in Technicolor. It's what it's going to feel like, the before and after times. And it's not just for you, Pisces. I really believe that this portal that we're in right now is the portal between the before and the after times. And I feel like everybody's going to look back at this period of time in their life, and what their life looked like before and what it looked like after is going to be vastly different. And those who understand that we manifest our thoughts and then we work through what brings joy and what brings happiness using those feelings that everybody says, oh, you're too emotional. Bull, right? I'm aware of my emotions. And as long as I use them in the high vibrational way, not about feeling guilt, not about feeling sadness, but about feeling what brings joy, bliss, happiness, contentment, about using my feelings as a barometer for which way to go in life, to use it as a navigation tool, I am on track. I am on track and I got it going right. And so it is important to really feel into that energy. And to recognize that just because other people have pigeonholed you or said you can only do this or do that, their stories that they're telling you, we are going to be unraveling those as the North Node moves through Aries. It is unwinding these stories of imprisonment, of us not being our own manifestors, of us not being awakened to the inner child, the one that knows it can pull out all the crayons and create anything they want, get into the finger paints, make a mess that is beautiful to you. And so it's not about everybody else. So what is the energy you're moving out of? You're moving out of this. You've been opening. You've been flowering. We have this Queen of Pentacles energy. You are opening up. So at the time of this eclipse, you can feel yourself starting to open, to shift. And I encourage you to just like pull it open a little more. Nurture yourself. Care for yourself. Take care of yourself. Do the things that help you to really feel good about you. And it is not your responsibility to make everybody else around you happy. Every person has their own individual responsibility for their own sense of happiness. And you can be happy. Nelson Mandela, when he was in prison, said he was imprisoned, but he said, I was not a prisoner because in my mind I was free. Our thoughts create our reality. Our emotions are how we choose to interpret what we're observing and how we choose to expand our energy or contract it. So I'm inviting you to open your energy up. You have the star card here, but this star card has this full moon right here at the third eye, and it's called the silence. It is in meditation and on focusing on the dream and on the goal. If you do not have a meditation practice, you need one. You need one where you just sit there and allow yourself to be open to the information that's coming in. Music if you need it to help, I live in a very busy apartment complex. Music really helps me. But give yourself that moment. And if you can do it in the pre-dawn hours before the busyness of life comes in, you can just lay in bed and just be focused. And give yourself that space. There's something really, it's very powerful what they're showing me here. Okay, so what is the challenge here? And we have the card of the Knight of Wands, intensity. And I feel like, this isn't about rushing and hurrying. The challenge is to slow down, to enjoy the journey, and to unfold like a flower. It is a process, and you've got a few years that you're going to be working on it. But the more that you are repetitive with your meditation practice and you show up for yourself, the more peace you're going to find. And with it comes this opportunity for rebirth. It is the Ten of Swords. There is a situation where you are being set free. I want to say you are setting yourself free. Because even if you can't physically free yourself, you can free yourself. You can free yourself from the guilt. You can free yourself from the negative energy. You can free yourself from other people's expectations of you. You can free yourself from disappointment or whatever it is, the lower vibrational energies that you've attached to a situation. You can also physically set yourself free, but this is about mental when it's in the Ten of Swords energy. And so this is about you mentally setting yourself free. Just because your parents always expected you to do such a thing or whatever, and that's not who you are anymore. Maybe it really probably wasn't who you ever were, but if you can allow yourself to even say that's not who I am anymore, this is my true and authentic who I am right now thing. You have doors just opening, flying open, opportunities. Holy crap. Okay, so here you are with this little page. Is it a page or a knight? It's a page. The Page of Cups. It is spiritual and it is a new understanding. And it looks like he's literally flying free out of these bars that have locked him in there. So here's all these birds. It's really hard to tell. The lighting's not, great for when they go really light like that. But at the top here, we've got a bunch of doves coming in. The light is really bright. And here we have all these bars, but here the bars are separate. It's like you realize you're free to go. You are free. There is an understanding that you're only in prison, this Ten of Swords, by your own thoughts. But when you set yourself free from your thoughts, and instead you choose to feel what is the reality of who you are and your dreams, and you set yourself free, you're limitless. There is something going on around you. Okay, we have the World card. This is happening around you. It's the final pieces of the puzzles. It's things coming together. I gotta tell you, this really feels like the world, literally the world. Like there is a completion of a major world cycle that is happening, and it is affecting all of us. We're feeling the energy of that cycle, and that's why there's so much shifting and changing. This feels much bigger than, for you, it could be that there has been a big move, a big change, a relationship that ended or something like that. There's a completion that's going on around you that is totally affecting you, but it feels like it's happening because of the larger field of energy that is going on right now. This big completion of a major cycle of the North Node getting ready to move out of Taurus into Aries. And so there's the last pieces of the puzzles are falling into place. And so that is creating a dynamic around the situation. You are being asked to work with the cycles of the moon, to have patience for the process. The North Node, South Node, that is the nodes of the moon. So that is working with that energy. We have this very Empress type pregnant lady energy here, and there's the moons, the cycles of the moon, and so there's a divine timing aspect. Saturn is the Lord, the time Lord, and so there is a timing component when he is in your sign about how everything works together. And so yes, that is what is happening here. I gotta hurry up because I'm gonna run out of juice here. And so if you do this, if you work with these cycles, if you spend the time setting yourself free, because now you recognize the reality of who you are, divine spark of God, of the source of light, and that your thoughts and your feelings manifest your reality. When you take ownership for your own self and you let your light shine out there, there is this card of the Chariot, the awareness. That all of a sudden I am stepping through the veil and into who I am. I am stepping out of the darkness into the joy of light and of living. But there is a need to be intentional about this. Show up for yourself in meditation on the daily. Show up. And so you got like this bonus card, and I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, so you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is true abundance. That is having it all. That is the joy, the happiness, the financial security and safety. That is, but it feels more like it really has to do with feeling safe and secure no matter what it is in your relationships, in your finances, in the legacy that you're leaving, the example that you're setting for those that come behind you. Remember, you're the leader, and so it could be the example that you are setting for your children, that this is how we live. We choose to live in joy. So even if you don't have any money, that doesn't mean you're not abundant. right? It doesn't mean that. Abundance is that joy and that happiness and that bliss. You have the Queen of Cups, this receptivity energy of being open to receiving all of these downloads that are being offered to you, this expansive energy to manifest and create. And then we have the Three of Wands, which says go out and experience life the way you want to. Your ships are coming in, right? You can go out and manifest and create for yourself. There's a lot of opportunities coming your way. So Pisces, very powerful reading. Very excited for the journey that you're on. It's really beautiful. Have the courage to step onto the path and put the time and the effort into the meditation. For some reason, Pisces, you more than anyone else have gotten this message today. So you really need to focus in on that. Right? You guys take great care of yourself. I'm on Facebook every day. If you like this kind of reading, be sure to leave me a comment and say so. It really helps me out, helps out the analytics. Just makes me feel good. And hit the thumbs up, all right? You guys take care. And if you'd like to, come and join me over on Facebook. That is in the description box. I'll leave a link for that. Take care. Talk to you soon.